Victor Joseph. I work with CITC as the Program Director for our Substance Abuse Services. I'm Athabascan. I'm the son of the late Kitty Smith and the grandson of the late Virginia Newby. So in my own recovery, I was like out there lost. And when I started practicing our native lifestyle, our native culture, when I started hunting, when I started providing food for our people, when I started doing potlatches in our traditional manner, when I started being an active member in those, that brought life into me. And it helped me identify a part of who I am. I needed to incorporate a lot of new things in my life to strengthen my recovery process. That's the same thing that we're trying to do here, is to bring in, and I think that's one of the real unique things about this program, is that we want to incorporate the native lifestyle into this process, so it's going to strengthen them. And that's one of the things that we've been recognizing in the field for a long time, is that it's essential that we incorporate that lifestyle, that spirituality, that way of life into our treatment process, so that the people themselves can have an opportunity to re-identify with who they are, with the strengths that they have. Some of the things that we do, or some of the activities that we have here, whether it be native arts and crafts, whether it be maintenance, it's all to help an individual re-identify or to learn new skills that's going to aid in their recovery process in the long term.
My name is Shannon Renee Huntington Summer. I am the Administrative Director of Substance Abuse Services here at Cook Inlet Tribal Council. I am a Koyukon Athabascan. My parents are Lee Summer and Betty Huntington. My grandparents are Sydney and Angela Huntington of Galena, and Fred and Dorothy Summer of Nolato. Think about connections as a net. It's actually where we're throwing out this net, and this net is actually the screening tool. Now, this screening tool catches individuals who are not necessarily dependent. What it means is they have had problems, whether or not it's a DWI or it's a fight with their wife. They have had just some sort of problem or an issue that has resulted from their drinking or their drug use. If you continue down this road, you are going to lead into a full-blown addiction.
You know, in coming here, I realized that we have every level of care necessary to help the people that we provide the service. And knowing that everybody is unique in their own ways, we have so many different programs that would help and can assist that individual in being successful.
Because recovery is not just stopping the drug. It's completely head to toe. It's treating them as a whole person, and in order to be successful, we have to work with them across the board. And we have groups that we offer in the morning and the afternoon and evening. A lot of our clients that come in are already working. We want them to keep their job. We want them to have that stability. So we offer groups throughout the day, and they set that schedule. There's so many hours that they're going to need to do in a week. We let them know what that's going to look like overall, but then they select the hours that are going to work for them and that's flexible for them. And that helps them be very, very successful in their recovery as well.
Because you're not doing it for them. They're planning it themselves. They're saying, this is what's going to work for me. Right. And that is the best thing for self-driven recovery. The counselor didn't say, here, this is what you do to make it work for you. Exactly. You gave them the options to make the choice themselves, and they know better than anybody else what's going to, help them succeed. Most of the time they're afraid. If you can give them that environment, say, this is your life. Reaching out into the homeless population. With our services, they're going to be able to find a home and find a place to fit. And we'll be able to have that time to work with them so that we can actually help them re-engage in society based on their needs, not based on what society thinks they're supposed to be.
I'm Moody. I come here, I teach any residents how to carve if they want to learn how to carve soapstone or ivory. I came in here because I was homeless. I lost my apartment and lost all my carving tools and lost all my carving material. And I was just living from day to day, living on the street, living at Brother Francis Shelter and rescue mission. And I decided, well, I needed to change my lifestyle because I remember how it used to be when I was sober, and I enjoyed myself a lot better. This is not the first treatment center I went to.
And I think the one word that I would use to describe all of our programs within our division is that we are all unique. We have so many different, I don't know if you want to call them details to each one of our programs, but Jane has the child care, and she has a huge schedule that allows an individual to come into morning or night, or if need be on the weekends. And then residential has the therapeutic community or the village of care.
Yeah, CITC, though, has put in a lot of effort to help individuals feel welcome from any point of contact that they're coming in. The environment is set up in a welcoming manner. When they're greeted, they're welcomed. And we know that when they're coming in requesting services, they are nervous. They're getting ready to admit a very sensitive area of their life, a weakness that nobody likes to share. And so when they're seeing that and they're admitting that, they need to be treated with respect, and we're able to do that.
A lot of people who haven't been in residential services sometimes are fearful for coming here. They don't know what to expect. So there's a lot of apprehension, and we understand that. They will actually transport the individual over here to help them so they can get into treatment over here with us. The individual that's coming in is assigned a buddy, and the village council then guides them around, shows them where to go, introduces them into the program.
One of the things that makes our program really successful here is the village council. And we've tried to model the village council after a traditional Native council. And the traditional Native council's roles and responsibilities and have them have the same power here as they would in any Native community.
When you first come into the center, you're at the lowest level. You're at the bottom rung of the ladder. As time goes on and you become a more active member of our family or community, then your status moves up. You're kind of voted into being a member of the traditional council or the village council, and this is where the individuals actually direct the community here.
And the other thing too, the women come in at such different stages in their life. Some have been using for several years, some have not, some have kids, others don't, and you put their diversity together in a group, and it actually is very beneficial for all of them. Many of those women turn out to be each other's sober supports. And they start to share numbers, and they start to share transportation, and one of the expectations of outpatient is that they also do sober supports outside of our units so that they're becoming more successful in the community. They start to go to sober supports together, and it's just really neat to see that they start to share each other's experiences. Even though they're on a continuum, they can share each other's experiences and become very, very supportive of each other. We've had women that not only just check in, but we've had women come back and say, can I be readmitted? I'm having difficulty right now, and I just need to be readmitted. I know this stuff, but I need the support around me on a pretty consistent basis. And we've done that, where we've readmitted clients to give them the shot of energy, just so they're successful.
And that's one of the great things about us, is that we see an individual, and when they're needing a little additional support, we bring them in where they need to come in. And we're not saying, okay, once we're done with you, you're done.
Yeah, goodbye.
No, there's more to it, because we know sobriety is a life process. And they're going to need help all the way through this process and all the way through their life. And they're going to have to look at life differently, and they're going to have to deal with family issues. And that's going to be a real difficult process of them. What I kind of like thinking about it is that, you know, sobriety looks and feels different for everybody. And then we got to kind of deal with that individually. But then when we take them and they come back in and they're saying, hey guys, you know, I'm just needing a little bit more. I'm just needing a little bit of attention, because they're saying to us at that time, I don't want to go back to where I was. But what's cool about it is that they actually know they can come back to us.
I've just learned a whole new level of self-awareness about myself, which before in certain treatment centers, I think, you know, in 30 days, you're not really able to touch on a lot of those things or really bond with a lot of the women that are in the program. So for me, it's just been a real enlightening time of my life right now, as far as the motivation to learn more about, you know, all of the different, you know, things that I've been through in my life, and how they tie into my drug and alcohol use over the years. And it's just being aware and knowing some of these things about myself helps me to you know, stay focused and know that there's an answer, you know, that there's hope.